Washington to understand the beat. I didn't say million, $3 billion in debt, and he left the state the other day with about $600 million surplus, and without raising taxes, and solved a lot of the As you heard earlier, they sent him out there. The Winter Olympics was having trouble. They had a lot of problems going on out there. They had some financial problems. They were $3 million short of their goal, $300 million short of the goal. And he went out there and raised the money, put on the wonderful Winter Olympics, and left them with $700 million surplus out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man has great ability. He's brilliant. He has capacity. He has the philosophy, the right philosophy to lead this country and the free world. And it's indeed a pleasure for me on this Valentine's Day to deliver to America the man that's going to be the next president of the United States, Mitt Romney.
So many friends that we've had a chance to come to know over the last, couple of years. We've been traveling down and seeing you time and again. Governor Edwards and Ann, thank you so much for being here. Congressman Hartnett. I see Cindy Costa here in the front row, who is our National Committee woman here. Thank you so much for a wonderful prayer that was offered this morning. Appreciate that very, very much, Representative. And I know Senator DeMint wanted to be here this morning, was unable to be here. I see a number of the members of our legislature, Nikki Haley, who's been with me from the very beginning. It's a real honor to have you all here this morning. Now, you in the back rows, keep your signs down. There are some cameras in back, I'm told. They want to be able to see through here, so we're going to let them do that. Now, I also want you to know that this group of people on the stage, this is all my family, but it's not my entire family. Can you believe that? I've got even more that aren't here. Over there. Let's see. Well, you know that if I go down and try to introduce everyone, I won't get all their names right. But there's one. I've got four of my boys up here. Craig here. Oh, I got four boys. Pardon?
I'm Bob.
Yeah. This is my oldest son over here. That's my oldest son. But I've got four of my boys here. One is in medical school and is back up in Boston. The snow has got him in deep this morning, so he and his wife Annalyn can't be here, but the others are here. And of course, I have my sweetheart on this Valentine's Day. Ann, come on up here, just say hi before I do. My sweetheart, Ann Romney.
Know how much I love South Carolina. I think I'm Southern at heart, and I found my home down here. I love it here, and I've loved it traveling to Michigan and to Iowa too. It's been extraordinary, and it's been a blessing in our lives to be able to get to know so many people across the country and to see what people care about, and then also to find people that are willing to support us. It's honestly it's overwhelming. Yesterday I talked about my parents and Mitt's parents, who obviously are passed away and they're not with us. It's such a sadness in our lives. But I said we're standing on their shoulders now. And I feel that way too as I come to the different places across the country. I feel like we're standing on your shoulders as well. This is something you can't do alone. You need so many people and so much help and so much support. So it's with gratitude that I say thank you to the people of South Carolina, because we need to stand on your shoulders as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Well, Ann mentioned that we're standing on the shoulders of our parents and our families, as you can tell, and each of our friends here, elected and non-elected. And I just want to tell you a bit about where we come from. My parents. My mom and dad aren't here with us now, but you may have heard of my mom and dad. My dad was the governor of Michigan for 6 years. Before that, he was a volunteer, tireless advocate of volunteerism. He also was a leader to try and improve the Detroit schools. And before that, he was a bit of a business person. He ran a car company. There were a few of you old enough in the room to remember the Nash Rambler and Ramblers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a couple of those that wouldn't work on the side of the road down then, I know. And yeah, exactly. And Dad pioneered this car that was really designed to be a the first of its kind. Mileage and economy was what he had in mind. And the car was called a compact car. He dubbed the term compact. A compact car. And it helped transform the whole auto industry and give to us in this country a vehicle that was more safe and more fuel efficient. And so yesterday, the reason I had my first event of my new campaign in the Detroit area was in honor of him. And we had it in the place where he and I used to go now and then to look at cars, the Henry Ford Museum, just outside of Detroit in Dearborn. And there we saw his Rambler. They had it there. But it's not just a museum about cars. It's a museum also about innovation and transformation. And so we saw other innovations. There was a DC-3 hanging on the ceiling behind me. DC-3, you may recall, is the first commercial aircraft that really took aviation in a transformation from a novelty to something which was a everyday mode of transportation. Then there was the Ford Hybrid. The hybrid engine is helping us get off the dependence we have on gasoline and getting us instead in a whole new world of transportation that's more fuel efficient. In the same building, they have Rosa Parks Bus. Right in the same building. And so you go there and you see how the character of one person's heart helped transform the heart of an entire nation. It's a museum of innovation, if you will, and transformation. And that's what I believe America needs. Our government, more than any time in our history, I believe, needs to see innovation and transformation. It needs to be a place that goes from just thinking about itself and thinking about our people. Of course, I see that same kind of innovation and transformation right here in South Carolina. I've been told that there's a lot of work that's going on. It's InnoVista. You got InnoVista. There's the Fuel Cell Center. The Fuel Cell Center. And did you see Entrepreneur Magazine? You probably don't get that every day. I don't either. But they ranked 267 different cities, and I'm told here that 2 of the top 10 cities in the entire country are right here in South Carolina. You recognize as well the need for innovation and transformation. Now, I'm concerned about the fact that Americans have lost faith in government. And it's not just one party. It's not just one house. It's in the entire government. There's too much bickering and bombast in government. There's too much partisanship. There's too much, if you will, focus on the debate and the words and not enough focus on the action. At a time when we face perhaps the most critical issues in the history of our country, we find ourselves with our halls of Congress clogged with peddlers of influence and with people who can't get out of their own way because of their interest in getting in front of the cameras. It's time for innovation and transformation in Washington to help Washington respond to the needs of everyday American citizens and at the same time help us overcome the challenges we face as a nation. Now, throughout my life, I've been looking at what it is that allows transformation and innovation to occur. And I've come to the conclusion, based upon my own experience, that we're not going to see innovation and transformation in Washington come from the inside. Because the people who've been there so long, the lifelong politicians have made so many deals. They have so many connections. There are so many encumbrances that they just can't free themselves to be able to get America on the right track again. They don't have the experience in the real world. They haven't had the experience transforming and innovating and managing and leading. At the same time, if you just have somebody who comes up from the outside and say, let's bring someone from the outside, but if that person has never had experience ever doing anything like this before, no innovation, no transformation, why, the prospects of that being successful are not very good either. I spent my life learning about innovation and transforming entities in the private sector, in the public sector, in big enterprises and small enterprises. Sometimes successful, sometimes failing. I worked as governor of Massachusetts. I learned from that experience. There is something to being in the arena. You see, talk is easy. Talk is cheap. Doing is what's hard. And what we need in America is people who will do in leadership. This Christmas time, I gathered with this whole crew here, this jungle gym behind me, and I asked my sons and daughters-in-law, 5 of each, what they thought Ann and I should do. Should we run for president? We spent some time talking about the challenges that America faces, our opportunities and our hopes. We talked about the kind of leadership that's necessary.